Pinky, you fixed it. Good job, Pinky.
All right. We're back.
Did you notice we were gone?
We didn't even notice we were gone. We've been telling the stories of Henderson that we've never revealed before, and evidently that video now is available for $5.
Yeah. We can't repeat them now.
Yeah, or you can get on pinkyvideo.com.
Right. So I'm gonna get up and run over here for a minute. We're gonna let Al come in and say a few words. Or
has Al ever been interviewed by? He was not interviewed by a horse last time.
I don't think so. So come on, Al. You guys have lost it. Yeah. We didn't have it to begin with, Al.
We're suffering from heat prostration, so I am really glad Al agreed to this instead of hiding out like I would have. But Al is, and he'll tell us all this in a minute. But I'll just say he's been a volunteer for a long time. He has been a huge help. I'm saying the serious stuff now because it's all downhill after this. But he's just really helped the settlement in all sorts of ways. Has been a real friend to us, and comes down here and really gives of his time to not only just help as a volunteer, but he trains us. He helps us. You've helped us with safety, with all sorts of stuff. I hope it's paid off. I'm sitting here thinking maybe I should mention these things in case we didn't do them well after you left. But while you were here, it worked well.
Yeah, so, any accidents, have you?
Other than the show, no. So it's so we're here. We're hoping you'll be able to fix it. In fact, the last show we just did a second ago evidently got so bad it was cut off by the FCC.
Yeah, I don't think I can fix what you guys have got.
I hear a country song coming on. That's
Jesus, take the wheel.
Jesus, take my computer. Well, actually, if you can lay hands on the internet, that would be helpful too. Anytime we have a good show, the way it works, we start getting a bad signal. So that's one reason we probably aren't without Jerry here today. When Jerry's on, show can get kind of rough, but those are crystal clear. But I don't know. So anyway, tell us where you're from and all that. I know you were on the show last year. That may have been one of the ones that Casey can't find anymore. So
I looked for it one time and I couldn't find it either.
I actually saw it. It was a good show, but I think you were we had you on.
We were out on the
Mission
balcony.
Dorm. Yep.
Yeah, on the deck. I'm from Hinckley, Illinois, Northern Illinois. I've been coming down here since 1992.
Okay.
It's the first trip I made, and missed a couple of trips in there, but been pretty steady. As you said, I've come back a number of years, and I did first aid CPR training down here and helped with some other safety things. And my wife and I have come down a number of trips in the fall. And, we helped one week, and we painted in the dorm before it was usable.
Okay.
Spent a whole
in
week
the Mission Dorm.
in the new dorm.
So in the 90s.
That was
96 or
I think
okay.
99, probably 97, 99. So yeah, I can't tell you how many projects I've done. I've kept track of them, where they were at, what we did, the name of the people and stuff like that, and been all over down here.
In your own background, I know that at least one, I think maybe two of our all-staff meetings. We have an all-staff meeting once a month, most time where we will bring in folks to help us with training stuff and safety and all that. But you out of your own work background, you helped us with some training in safety or
last fall. We reviewed fire extinguisher use and fire safety, and we're going to do something next month. As well in June.
I actually really enjoyed that, and I mean, sometimes you don't think of trainings as something you have to go to, but you actually. That's what I thought was kind of neat. You really put skin on it for me. I mean, it wasn't just like, here's how to use the fire extinguisher, but here's things to watch out for. Sure. On a campus this size, it's we're always worried about people getting hurt, including staff, but also volunteers with all that's going on. And so,
we've over the years we've got 4 AEDs available on site now, different parts of the facility. So that was started many years ago by one of our volunteer groups. Donated the first one. Okay. The Kirkland Methodist Church donated the first one they got, and then there was grant money, picked up a couple more.
Okay.
And so we eventually got to 4, and they're in key facilities. So.
What's your favorite part of being here? If you could, I mean, maybe hard to pin that down, but is there something you take back that you're down here pretty regularly and over the years?
Pretty regular. They keep. They forget to close the gate and I get back in, So it's
your 4-wheelers show up and then you're right behind them. So
yeah, something like that. Yeah. And I don't know. I've enjoyed doing the projects, doing the work for the folks that needed things done. Been many very meaningful projects over the years that touched us considerably. And certainly I love coming down and reconnecting with the staff.
Mhm.
You know, many of these folks have become family. You know, they're friends,
Yeah.
family. And so I enjoy coming back and reconnecting. And I'm down here. This is my first week of 4, so I'll be here for
That's
3
awesome.
more weeks. And I got to tell Harry I'm going to have to slow down. I've already worn out a pair of gloves.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
It's a long ways into
And
town.
I
now.
only brought 2 pair, you know. So
But when I come back this weekend, I'll get a case
Yeah.
of gloves for you.
we got boxes. Of
Okay, well, just in case you get on a tear, I don't want you to wear all sorts of stuff out. So
One of the things I really enjoyed is last fall, and again, what I'm doing now is helping Harry out up here at the work camp shop. Been helping him get things cleaned up, straightened up, get stuff that gets donated. We're going through it,
wow.
getting it put away or hid away or thrown away. You know, I hate to say that, but sometimes there's stuff that's not usable.
We
you know?
used and used, but we just can't use it anymore.
And,
And that's really important because, I mean, good part of the year, things are kind of slow up there. You have time, but when you're in the middle of work camp, stuff's coming in and out, and Harry's got plenty on his plate, and
Yes,
it's
yes.
it's kind of like my office. If you don't deal with that pile of papers, it just gets bigger and bigger, and so you really
Yeah.
have to keep up with it.
Well,
So,
a lot of people probably don't understand how the process works, but Harry is, you know, when he gets really busy, he's finishing up what happened last week. He's working on this week, and he's getting ready for next week.
good point.
You know, so he's juggling all the time on getting stuff ready, picking up stuff from projects, getting stuff out to other projects. Not that he does it all, but you know, he's got to keep that going, and that's how, you know, a lot of times the shop can get pretty cluttered with leftover stuff and tools not put away, and you know, the majority of the work campers do a good job of getting it put away. Of course, if they finish up late on Friday
Easy to do,
and it's not, the shop's closed because they work later,
Mhm.
it just gets dropped and dealt with the next week. So it can get pretty hectic up there, and it's a big job.
Well, this is your first of 4 weeks, but I know already, and Al's a good example of, I mean, he does all sorts of stuff, but we can use volunteers here for all sorts of things. He's kind of a one-man band. We've got 5 or 6 volunteers here in this orange shirt. You do all these different things, but I heard him give a devotion yesterday that was excellent, and with our seniors at the Wednesday devotions that we do every Wednesday. It's really a community devotion, but it's part of our senior program. Love to have you all attend sometime. I mean, we may even run the live show and show you a devotion at some point, but Al gave the devotion. He'll be doing that the next couple of weeks, and we're really glad of that. He'll be speaking to all staff. He's also available, and I may be speaking, but within reason, we're going to have him speak at some churches in Illinois. I'm hoping. I found the one yesterday that I'll talk to you about, but it's not that far away. I'm kind of embarrassed I couldn't remember the town. So I drive, especially as much as I love knowing where things are. Sometimes I forget the name, but I remember the road. But so he's really he's been an all-purpose multi-use utility player for us in all sorts of ways. So thank you so much. I mean, it's always a joy to have you here, and especially with your history. I know this place is important for you emotionally and just spiritually in a lot of ways, and we see that, and we feel that when you come down here. So thank you for being here again. So, and Jerry, we didn't plan this. I mean, the orange shirt, he's been here. Well,
I have to be honest with you. When we were
Okay.
going to do this yesterday, and then you canceled, I had a blue shirt on yesterday, and it says 2 o'clock. I'm wearing the orange shirt today.
Yeah. He resisted temptation, but today, but we're glad you were here with it. So
You too
thank
can have an orange shirt like this from Cardiac Surgery Associates if you decide to have heart surgery.
Yeah, I told him he can buy one of these for about $3, or
Well,
Jerry will even give him one. But this one
This
costs
costs a lot more than that.
it costs a lot. Got Blue Cross or somebody was involved, I'm sure too. So you do not have to have surgery to get an orange shirt
No.
here, or even a Pearson shirt. We'll just send the dough. Actually, that's the idea. If you want to avoid that, just say for what the surgery would have cost, I'll send the money to Henderson, and we'll send you any color shirt you want.
There you go.
There you go. So Al, thank you. So thanks for taking. And I pulled you out of your work today to come down here, but
Well, that's
thank you.
okay.
Hopefully it was a good break. So
Thank you.
okay.
It's much cooler in here to take a break than to take one outside or at the
All
shop or
right.
anything.
Now our next guest is a woman you've come to. Oh wait a minute. Oh, it's Casey. All right.
Well, I just thought I'd give a public service announcement of a warning to the West and East Ohio conferences.
Oh,
that-
shoot, when remember we weren't supposed to tell people because it might affect something. I'm not sure what.
Well, no, it's all good.
This is important news, breaking news from the horse's mouth.
For those people that pay to keep me down here, I'm just warning you, I'm only up there for 2 weeks, so don't worry, I'm not staying.
But what's going on up there that would bring you up there and tear you away from your friends and the guy that delivers your flowers and your horse?
Man, I'm leaving it in the hands of someone here locally, and she's going to take very good care of it. I'm very trusting in that.
And I understand there's a sale in 2 weeks on dried arrangements.
Dried arrangements? No, nothing dry. She's there to water stuff.
Oh, okay, sorry.
But no, she's gonna take care of her 2 weeks, but the hours change. She'll only be open in the morning from 9 to 11:30 because then she goes to lunch and then she goes home.
This is a recent high school graduate.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So at 1 o'clock.
She's going home to watch soap operas and stuff.
Yeah, soap operas. So June 1st to June 14th, the hours changed. We'll no longer have the long day, but we'll be there on Saturdays. And I will be back, so don't panic. But I will go up to Ohio for a couple weeks and terrorize the West Ohio and East Ohio annual conferences.
Now, those are in a place that I remember called Lakeside.
Lakeside, Chautauqua.
Oh, Chautauqua. We were thinking about growing those kind of mushrooms one time.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
I think it's spelled differently.
I know they're the kind you grow them, you sit there and you talk all around them, and then that's
no,
okay,
that's something else. No,
yeah.
Ignore that.
Sorry.
There's other stuff we go down there for personal use, but not that. Like kale and stuff.
Oh, kale. That kills me every time I go in that house.
It does. So, but anyway, and others are going to annual conferences and visiting. So at an annual conference near you, somebody may show up promoting Henderson Settlement, so be careful.
Actually, if you are attending or anywhere near attending either East or West Ohio annual conferences, come by and say hello to Casey. She will either be located visibly somewhere or being escorted around by security. So, but either way, she'll have brochures if you need them. She'll have other stuff, and we really appreciate both those conferences. They're really important to us. I will, while she's on the subject, I'll be over at Holston Conference, maybe with some flowers.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll be the guy.
I'm bringing flowers too.
Yeah, we'll be throwing flowers at you. So we'll be scattering petals in your path as you come into conference. It's like Palm Sunday.
Kind of.
And then two of our board members, Jim Knight and Dave Myers, a shout out to both of them, will be representing us at the Kentucky Annual Conference, which will be held. All these are basically happening during the first couple weeks of June, but the Kentucky Annual Conference this year will be in Covington, Kentucky, right on the river over near Cincinnati. And I think those are and we've had Redbird Conference here, and Amy Sell. How can I forget? Amy Sell, who should be watching the show. So hopefully she's in her office watching the show right now, pretending like she's working. But she is going to be representing us at the Indiana Annual Conference, and we may have one of our board members, Judy Wilson, over there as well. So if you see anybody with anything that says Henderson, you just tell them hello. So we'll be in Indiana, Ohio, West and East, Holston, Kentucky, and driving there, stayed in between. So if you see one of those Henderson Settlement stickers, that's us too. So, and if you ever would like to represent us at an annual conference, it's maybe a little late for this year, but let us know, because we're always looking for folks who can, basically means you're standing at a table saying nice things about Henderson.
Handing out brochures.
And handing out brochures. It's not hard. We'll ask you to maybe buy some candy because a bowl of candy draws in Methodists like flies go to honey, or it draws in Baptists too, to be fair. It's ecumenical. Candy works all over. So chocolate.
Well, if you're in an air-conditioned building. Last year I had chocolate, no air conditioning, and they were sucking the candy out of the air.
Yeah, or we'll just give you a spoon if you're outside. And I'll be at the a few weeks later at the first week of July. I'll be in Ada, Ohio, with the teaching about the missionary conferences again to the West Ohio United Methodist Women. So we've got Ohio covered this year. We did last year, but we just appreciate y'all. Lexington Legends baseball game is on the July the 30th. I think we mentioned that before we got cut off by the FCC, but. And then this fall, we have an event November 1st through the 3rd, and this will be coming out in our newsletter. Casey had it out on the electronic newsletter the other day. That's the HendersonHollers.com or something like that. We ought to have a special name for that. But anyway, we are having an event, and we're planning a couple of these for next year too. But the event on November 1 through 3 is going to be a time for youth pastors, mission pastors, small group leaders, pastor in a church, whoever would like to come down and learn more about Henderson and hadn't been here before, it's free. We've got a speaker named Buzz Trexler who's pretty cool and is a great musician, and we are looking forward to having folks down here in the fall to just learn a little bit more about this. So keep checking our electronic media and also print media for that.
And think about bringing a friend down with you that
Please.
hasn't been to Henderson Settlement. If you're coming and your church maybe has come before and you got other churches in the area and you know some of the people from there, invite them to come along, because that'll be their introduction to Henderson Settlement. It'll be a retreat and revival for them too, a little R&R. And
we won't make you work too hard.
Unless
you're volunteering in the greenhouse.
Yeah, unless you volunteer in the greenhouse, then it's hot and sweaty.
Well, this fall though, what's going to be in the greenhouse? Or should I say, whoops, I almost meant to mention something that's going to be in the greenhouse.
We have whoopsie-daisies that
Is that
are
not
going
the coolest?
available. They were supposed to be available
with every order.
this spring,
Yeah.
but they just came in, and so we've got them potted and growing, and they'll, instead of on the uprights, it's going to be a mound of daisies, and it's called a whoopsie-daisy. So we'll have those for fall plantings along with some mums and stuff. We'll have that information out. No mushrooms. No fungus among us.
I think this show's going to disappear off the archives too in about 30 minutes or so.
Come push the button.
So anyway, thank you for all that y'all do for us, for praying for us, supporting us.
Yes.
And we will see you soon. And actually, I want Brittany just to wave because you always see the top of her head. But this is Brittany Patterson, award-winning Brittany Patterson, who produces our show each week and
tries to keep us in line.
Yeah. And until next week, when Jerry, who I don't know if he'll ever come back after this, but if he does come back, he'll be on here, and we will see you then. So God bless, and be safe out there.